Hey Bobby and Cal, it's Bill Small with Rig Resurrection. It's back. So we'll start over here in the recording section. It's basically a recording studio on my laptop called Mixcraft, and it's a cheaper and easier version of Pro Tools. So it's pretty cool. Basically an entire studio in my laptop. You get to see all the meters go up and down. Mixing board comes over here on the side if you want. Little equalizer. And it's all very cool. So I wish we had this 20 years ago. There's a little audio interface where I plug in USB to the laptop, and so I can plug a mic or a guitar in there. And it's just hours of fun over here. Now, onto the big amp. This is my stage amp that I used to use when we were playing. And we're just going with two 12s this time. We used to have two big 412s that were the size of a refrigerator standing next to this thing. And this is a lot easier to carry. So we're starting over. Every single cord's been replaced. That's a new pedal town down there. Or pedal village, whatever you'd like to call it. We could put a model train set around it and have little lights and people. But pedal village. And then the main thing is my big Marshall 50-watt head from 1984. You can't get these things anymore. It's just 50 watts, so it's not too much. But the rack is all the same stuff. Everything from 1989, right around there. And so the top thing is a power supply, power conditioner. Looks like 119 volts today. Below that is the main piece. It's a guitar amp preamp, and it's programmable. So you see the knobs on the amp. It's, you know, bass, treble, master volume, all that. We don't plug in the front of the amp anymore. We let the programmable preamp. So instead of switching from clean to dirty, I have clean, dirty, medium, in between. And the thing below that is effects, and so that thing gives me chorus, echo, all that stuff. And the main reason for all this is so I don't have to do the pedal dance down here in Pedal Town. When I hit one button, it basically changes everything. So thing starts out at 0, so we'll go up to my patches, which are the 90s. 95 is what's up now. So you see that little number, so I know where I am out in front. And here we just have, I brought back the volume pedal so I could play like the guy in Rush, which is why I have all these pedals. And then that's just a tuner, and then the overdrive, this is the thing that makes it go to 11. When you can't get any more and you need a little boost, you push this and it goes to 11. In fact, my old one's spray painted black and it has 11 in garage door numbers on it. So, the bottom thing is a parametric equalizer, which in the 90s, that my preamp doesn't have quite enough to push the power amp in the Marshall, so we ran it through these quad parametrics, basically boost the bass and treble, cut a couple spots in the mid, and that on the left, that's basically my main master volume, and oh my god is it loud if you want it to be. So we hold it back, we don't want to kill anybody anymore. So all new cables. This thing is, my two main cables are the MIDI controller cable here, and then, you know, my 30, these are 30 feet, so I can go out in front and play big places if we have to. So then it all comes in back to here, where everything is plugged in. So the input comes back to the input of the preamp, which is right here. These two go to an effects loop, which go to the effects unit here. MIDI switchers. So when I hit one number here, when I hit 90, patch 95, patch 90, it's a little off. I have some that match, some that don't. And so when I hit my dirty channel, I get chorus. And when I hit my clean channel, I get chorus and echo, and they all have a noise gate on them. The lead patch is, of course, wide open. No noise gate, just loud. And we'll get to that later. So then the speaker, big 12 gauge speaker wire, everything's big new monster cables, all cleaned out, dusted out, taken to the shop, cleaned up, no crackles, no junk. So the preamp then goes into the EQ down here, and then the EQ comes out into the back of the Marshall, which is a direct input straight to the power amp section. So we totally bypass the knobs and preamp in the front. The main thing here is this amp is set to 8 ohms. This little 212 is also 8 ohms, which is great because I used to have to do 2 big 412s to do that. Now, this box is a power soak, attenuator, direct box, it's a bunch of things. In the new world we have amp modeling, and you don't even play out of an amp anymore. So in other words, I can take a speaker output from my amp, stick it in here, and then go straight to the mixing board through here. So whether I'm recording or live, I can have it. And really the main thing I use this for is so I don't have to, you can actually unplug your speakers. This thing has big resistors and coils wrapped in a ceramic concrete kind of thing in there. And all this heat comes out of the top. And it basically absorbs the full load. And so I use it to go on my headphones here. Can't really see. There we go. So you can see it's got a little bass and treble, which is nice because it adds back what the speaker simulator kind of loses. And then I can go on headphones. This could also turn into some kind of a in-ear monitor system, but that's the general layout. I'll get myself hooked up with the guitar, and all cables wrapped with very nice Velcro, no messiness here. So I'll get the guitar and start playing a bit. Alright, so that's that. So guitar goes in the front here, into the, so it's volume pedal first, then to the overdrive, and then straight back. So this is kind of like a hybrid. I got my MIDI switcher here doing all this cool switching, but you still want your overdrive in front, and I just like having the volume pedal so I can do these cool swells. I'll show you. You turn it all the way off, you hit the chord, and you bring it up. It sounds, when you're doing leads, it even sounds like a violin kind of. So here's the old guitar. $1989 Ibanez RG560, and always wrap your cord around your strap, Cal, so it doesn't pull out when you're playing. And okay, so we've been on standby. We're turning ourselves on. We're on pretty low volume, so I won't kill the neighbors here. So this is my clean patch. We got a, for clean, I switched. This switch is a coil splitter. Seymour Duncan JB pickup in there to replace the old one. New Diodario strings that will never break. And a cool looking new pick that I found. So for clean, we put it on, we split the coil, we put this here. So that's this one and this one. That splitting the coil is making it like a Stratocaster sort of. Tell my clean sound. So here, I'll show you what the volume pedal does. So that's cool. And then the tuner, just, you know, once in a while you hit tune, you can hit the volume down. It's got a tuner output, so it still keeps going. And tuner goes off, and you hit a big E. You see what you're at, and it goes green when you're good. Big E Okay. So that's kind of cool. Just leave it on all the time. Alright, so then the rest of the patches are just a little cleaner. This is tube clean. The other one was solid state clean. So there's actually tubes in that preamp, and I put Mesa Boogie tubes in there because they're really good. The power amp got JJ Electronic EL34s, the big power amp tubes. And then 93 is just a pretty straight, regular patch. You notice I switched back to the normal pickup for the rest of these. Only Glingy for the clean on the split coil. So that's like a regular, pretty, not much, you know, it's okay, it just does what it does. A little bit of chorus on there. Here's my main patch where I play all my big heavy metal stuff. So that's pretty much my main sound. You know, I'm kind of turned down right now, so. So anyways. Okay, and so then, alright, so just the last one's the big lead. Here's where I might slap up the big rig rundown. So, trying to get the band back together. Paul's wife says we could play in the basement, and Jerry's in, so try to get this bass player, and then we might have Mikey come up, and Paul's son Max looks just like him with the hair and everything at 17, so we're going to try to get back in business here and see what happens. So that has been Rig Rundown with Bill Smo. Alright guys, let's see you later.